Yes, we're live. Chair is so uncomfortable. I think we're on now. Good morning, Sarah Kay, Denise, Jane. Let's wait for a few more people before we start on the subject. I'm crazy. So how are you guys today? It's freezing cold here. It's like winter's coming. You can feel it. It's okay. We can just chit chat for a little bit. Sorry, I look like crap. Just got up a little bit ago. Hello, Denise, did I say hello to you? Hi, Remy D. On my channel? Ooh, I didn't block you. I'll have to check that, Remy D. But I didn't block you because everybody's welcome here. Foggy there. It's freezing cold here. I mean, freezing cold. Like it's like winter weather. Oh my goodness. This is low budget, folks. I have to keep playing with this thing. It's going to fall. One of these days, this thing is just going to fall on the floor and I'll break it, smash it to smithereens. Yes, my account with my picture is blocked. Well, I'm sorry about that because I certainly didn't block it. I didn't block it. Hang on a second. I didn't block it. Remy, I'll check that out. I don't even know how to check that. It's cold. What part of the country are you in? The Northeast? I'm in the Northeast in Pittsburgh, so it's freezing cold here. I mean like freezing cold. Like I think the high is going to be 30 today. So, but anyways, I kind of want to wait until a few more people come in here because I wanted to talk about a little bit about last night and how I was both disappointed, but I was also kind of happy that I saw a lot of support for Laura because she doesn't see a lot of that these days. So you're in the general area, the Northeast. Hi, Melanie G. Oh, it's miserably cold here. Where are you, Melanie? Are you in the South or in the West? I don't know. I kind of like seasons though. I like, I like the fall. I really like the fall. I miss my turkeys. I haven't seen my turkeys for a while. So I miss them. They're probably all running and hiding from the hunters. I know, Remy, you've got a turkey, don't you? Hi, Blink. How are you? You see Remy D? I don't think she's blocked on this account. I think she's blocked on her main account. Remy D says, I think that when push comes to shove, the community does come together. And I saw that last night. Yeah, I did. I really did. Now, for the person that did it, you know, everybody's got their own opinions about that. I know who I don't think did it. Let's put it that way. And it's not the usual suspects. But let's wait until a few more people get in here and we can really discuss it. Maybe someone, you know, yeah, Bob the turkey. I've heard about that. Hi, Kezzy Fox. How are you? You know, it's sad, but it usually takes a tragedy to bring people together. And that's usually what happens. But, it shouldn't have taken this long. I know some of you have been neutral, but Leo Wife says, I was talking to my hubs about it this morning and the person can be found out. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought, how can they possibly say that that person can never be found? And they should be found out and exposed, because, it broke my heart last night when I heard Sage crying and she was upset. It was just wrong. The whole thing was just wrong. I have to keep getting up, but this chair is so uncomfortable. I don't have a cushion for it. Yeah, it was so wrong. And you can say what you want about Laura, but she is a good mother. You know what? She takes us. Sorry, I'm trying to get comfortable in this chair and it's just impossible. She takes us like to her son's. She took us to his Memorial Day concert, and she's just a great mom. I have to read the chat. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it is about what happened to Laura. Who's asking? Alabama. Isn't Alabama warm? That's where Laura is, isn't she? She's in Alabama. See, that's how much I know about where people live. The only people I dox is myself. I doxed my own self because I was an idiot. But what's that blink? What did blink say? Dayton is adorbs? Adorable? Is that what that means? Adorable? I think that's what he's saying. I'm sure. I gotta stand up. I gotta stand up because this chair is so uncomfortable. Let's see how many people are here. 26 people and 4 people talking. How about we all talk? Alex Verpaid, it's 32 in Alabama, so it's not very warm. I think the high today is going to be 30. I think it's in the 20s right now here. So it's cold. So I'll tell you who I don't think it is, okay, who did this. And this is just my opinion. I don't think it was Brian St. John. I don't think it was Marianne. I don't think it was Ash 274. And those are the 3 I just don't believe would. And I don't think it's Kiki Ramblings either. It would just be too obvious. You know what I mean? Can you guys see me all right? It's like a band in front of me. That's just my opinion. I live in the Great Lakes region. Ooh, it's cold by the Great Lakes, I think. I'm going to sneeze. I feel it coming on. I've been sneezing like you would not believe. I think the high is going to be 30 today here. I'm not sure. They always say a high is going to be, 32 or whatever, and then the sun comes out and it gets 40. But Oh, come on. I wouldn't know. You wouldn't even be in the running. But it was kind of like it's a horrible thing. Whoever did it did a horrible thing. But the thing that I found like um kind of good about the whole thing was Oni had the police called him last night. Yeah, I heard. I heard about that. Sarah F. Hello. Sarah F says, like anything, I'm sure there's a possibility of finding out, but it's very, very unlikely. It's what protects people who call in anonymously, the kids that are in real danger. And that's the thing. Hi, Hockey Mom. How are you, honey? Just wanted to discuss a little bit of what happened last night and my opinions on it. Are you on your way to work, Hockey Mom? I was going to maybe have you come up on panel. I've always thought the CPS callers are people. Yeah, yeah, I believe in people should remain anonymous or be able to remain anonymous. But if it's a blatant false report, like obviously we all know that Laura is not. Hello, loves New York, loves New York. That's what I always call her. If it's a blatant fraudulent call, there should be a way to trace it or prosecute the person that does that, because they're really wasting valuable time when it could be better served maybe saving a real child that's in real danger. Why is she lying? What did she say? This? Why is she lying? What did she say? Hockey Mom. Talk to me, girl. You know I love you, Hockey Mom. I'm standing up because this chair is so uncomfortable. Okay, 33 people in here and 4 people are talking. Come on, let's all talk. Everybody has an opinion about this. Well, my opinion is it's not Ash 274, it's not Marianne T, it's not Brian St. John, and it's not Kiki Ramblings. Other than that, I have no clue who it could be. I think it might be a group of people that got together and did it together. If that sounds familiar. Well, the person is protected as long as it was a reasonable fear the person had. What was the reasonable fear? I didn't see where they had a reasonable fear of anything. But she has to take a drug test today. Hello, Serendipity. Remy, I find it so very strange that you would know milligrams of Adderall that Laura takes and discussed it last night. That's just weird and a bit obsessive. Yes, that is. Care to explain that, Remy D? Because I didn't know. Actually, it's nobody's business how much milligrams she takes. I'm shutting my camera off. It is nobody's business what Laura takes. It's just my opinion, but come on now. Because that was one of the questions I heard the caseworker ask her, was how much Adderall she takes. I don't pay attention to that stuff. Like, I don't write things down like what other people do. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not that obsessive about people. People are trying to figure out who it is. Like, who could possibly do that? It's somebody that wants this to keep going on. Does anybody wanna come? Hi, Jojo. Does anybody wanna come up on panel and talk, like, discuss this? I'm sticking up for Laura. I don't care. I'm so sick of panel after panel after panel, and then this on top of everything else, putting her kids, like, doing, like, this to her kids. She doesn't deserve that. She's a good mother. She's a great mother, actually. She's better than a lot, you know? She does it all on her own, too. Remy D is saying, "She said it. I said that she said it." It's such a focus because she talks about it. It was a focus last night when the caseworker was asking her about it. That's why it was a focus. Lady Pinkalizer? Who's that? How are all these people getting blocked? Because I didn't block anybody. Someone get block happy in here. Hi, Sarah. Remy D, you're not her doctor, and I'm sure he knows how much to give her, and that's no one's business. Exactly. I take very strong medication for my bipolar, um, very strong medication. It has to be regulated with blood work. Everybody's different. Hi, Dover. You're just talking about what happened last night and how sucky and how shameful it was. I don't know if I've never heard her say the milligrams though. But then that's just me. I don't pay attention to that stuff. What? Ninny C and I don't eat my boogers? What the hell? Who said that? That's pretty gross. Oh my gosh. Yep, the person White Lightning is weird. Was weird. Hi, Ninny C. So, Ninny, are you at work? Oh, I was going to get you up on panel. I want to talk about this. You know, they have panel after panel after panel all the time bashing her, and then this happens. And you know what? If this wouldn't have happened on a live, they would have said she was lying about it. I bet your bottom dollar they would have said, "Oh, she's just trying to be dramatic." You know what I mean? You still owe money. Didn't you know it costs $100 to go to mod school? I don't know. I made a bunch of people mods, and I think people got block happy because I said the only block the people that are assholes, like, like that come in with asshole names. That's all I said. Pinkalizer. That is kind of a funny name, though. Lady Pinkalizer. So, does anybody have any theories? I have some. I have theories of who I don't think it is. I don't have theories of who I do think it is because I never knew the ex-Patreons. Hint, 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 hint. They were gone long before I joined Patreon. Okay. I'm disgusted by someone doing that to her. Yeah, you're damn right, Sarah. I'm disgusted too. I couldn't even sleep last night. I was so disgusted. After hearing Sage crying, it's terrible. But there were a few there was a few things that you're getting hidden. Sorry. Uh Anyone that tells my mods to fuck off is getting automatically hidden. Thank you very much. You respect my mods in here. I don't care who you are or who you think you are. Not in here. Thank you, Blink. I was too late because I'm doing it on my phone. Good morning, Pearls of Wisdom. We're just talking about what went on last night. Hello, Puss in Boots. Okay, I used to be a caseworker for CPS. Drug tests are standard when allegations are made. They will test amphetamines and see it is a therapeutic level. Well, Puss in Boots, I'm bipolar and take medication, and I have to be blood tested every couple of months to see what my levels are too. So it's not a big deal. She has a prescription and she's not worried about it. It was just another thing to use against her, you know. And half the stuff they were asking her about was ludicrous. Like, does she sell cigarettes to kids? Come on now. God. I like to find out who it was, though. I would like to find out who it was. Does anybody, Day? I don't believe it was Science Girl. I don't think it was her. Just saying. Does anybody want to come up on panel and talk about it with me? Anybody from anybody? I'll drop a link. Waiting. Hello, darling Nikki. Good people need to respect. Oh, goodness. It wasn't Science Girl. It wasn't Ash 274. It wasn't Marianne T. It wasn't Brian St. John. And it wasn't Kiki Ramblings. I don't believe any of those 5 people did it. They talk, but I don't believe they would go real life. I really don't. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. So, does anybody want to come up on panel and talk about this? Could anybody else not go to sleep? I could not go to sleep. I literally couldn't go to sleep. My husband asked me what was wrong with me. I was tossing and turning. I said, just something that happened tonight. It just bothered me. It bothered me hearing Sage. It broke my heart. No, it wasn't Marissa. I don't believe Molly Golightly would do that. No, I don't. So you know what? Process of elimination. And I don't think it was one person. I think maybe it was a bunch that got together and decided this and this and this and this and this. That's just my opinion, though. We all have a right to our opinion. Cap them at the knee. Yeah, seriously. It's a pretty crappy thing to do. Nini, are you at work? You want to come up on panel? Or Puss in Boots, how about you? You want to come up for a minute or a couple minutes? Whatever. Come on, guys. Amanda Lynn. I tried to comment from my real profile, but I was blocked. I would never do this, especially knowing she is a single mom. I'm very sorry. Well, Amanda Lynn, I don't know. You sure bashed her enough. I know, Sage bothered me too when she was upset. Well, I know who she is because she's a friend from Facebook and she just messaged me and I don't know why she can't post in my chat. She's not blocked or anything. You're gonna go with 3 people? Is that what you said, Ninny? Wait a minute. I'm behind here. Yeah, that's her name. Why can't she get in my chat? She said she can't get on with her phone. Do you want to come up? I don't think I'm going to work. Do you want to come up, Hockey Mom, and talk for a little bit? We can talk about it. But if you're too sick, I understand. But I think we need to talk about it. I mean, it was trauma. It wasn't only, it was traumatizing for Laura and her kids. Yeah, it was also pretty hard to listen to for her subs and people that care about her. Exactly. Sarah, I don't know the history of these people. That's why I want someone else up here, and because a lot of you are more versed in what these ex-Patreons have actually done to people. You're going to come up on panel, Ninny? She doesn't go on panel after panel after panel after panel after panel bashing. With 3 or more? Okay, I'm going to throw the link in, you guys. And please, trolls, be like, you're not welcome in here. We're talking about something serious that happened. Not talking, hi, Crazy Nurse Granny. I don't think Crazy Nurse Granny's ever been in my chat. There she has, I haven't seen her. Grab the link, it's there. I think we need to talk about it. It was traumatizing for us to hear a little girl crying because she was scared she was going to get put in a freaking foster home because some asshole called CPS for a perfectly wonderful mother. Yeah, it's traumatizing to hear that. It's disgusting. It's not only traumatizing, it's for those kids. It's horrible to hear that. I'm, I couldn't sleep last night. Seriously, I was up at I was in and out of sleep, and then finally I woke up at 4 and I couldn't get back to sleep. I said I have to talk about this. It's bothering me that much. Hi, Marty. My advice: raise money for reward for information that leads to the really good idea. We should do that. Marty had a great idea. Here, I'm pinning that. You can't leave, you can't do it here though. We could do it in Laura's. Put it towards, yeah, because that money always, always rings a bell with people. I thought you were coming up, Nanny. Nanny. That's what we need. We need to do that. Somebody knows this was a plan. I think it was a plan too, Crazy Nurse Granny, and I think it was more perpetrated by more than one person. I think there was a couple involved. a couple of people involved in this. It just, and I don't think it's the usual suspects. I don't think it's people that we would usually predict or think it would be. Ninny, are you coming up or not? She said she was, and she didn't. You want to come up, Dova? Or Puss in Boots? Ninny says, Amanda Lynn, you may want to be careful with some of your friends. Believe me when I say that to you. Yeah. Oh, yes. Definitely. I would never have a private conversation with any of them. Ever. Those people are ruthless. Hello, Jules. This was premeditated without a doubt, and whoever did this needs to pay. And right while she was on a live, like, you know, I'm not saying she was embarrassed because she wasn't. She's a victim here. Laura, remember this and remember it well. Laura was a victim in all of this. She was a victim of some real hateful people. Well, the cops were called on Oni. Well, good morning, Tuck and Roll. How are you today? We're just discussing what went down last night. Nothing stays secret. Look at the swatting came to light too. So but you know, this this is something that needs to be exposed because this was victimizing not only a single mother but her children. And that's what I can't accept. That's how I couldn't sleep last night. I really couldn't. You just wanted to say hi, so you don't come up. Okay. Does anybody want to come up and talk about this? Anybody? I just wanted to, I just like, whoever did this, shame on you. Shame on you. Stop going real life. People's lives are affected by this. People are traumatized by this, not people. Children have been traumatized by this. Dova says, the thing is, if the worker wanted to get technical, she can hear some of the accusations said on some of Laura's lives. Yes, exactly. People releasing private conversations for revenge, bet you. Yeah, Puss in Boots. Exactly. Like, that's the ones that I would suspect. The ones that just took such great pleasure in exposing Laura's private conversations. They were nowhere to be found last night, were they? I have no idea. I didn't see it. I never followed him, so I really don't know much about him. Did she talk about this? This is just, it's traumatizes. We all felt, I mean, even in Discord last night, we were all just shaking our heads. We just could not believe it. People releasing private Facebook chats for revenge. Bet you don't know about that either, do you, Amanda Lynn? Says Puss in Boots. No. People playing games with Laura's name, people doing, this all affects, where our experience on YouTube, it affects her income. She's making money doing this, and it's just not fair. When you take money away from a single mother, you're taking money away from her kids. And that's not right. Jay's on the case. Well, I hope she finds whoever it is. I was just giving my opinion on what I thought of the whole thing because, well, we have a right to our opinions. I was heartbroken for Sage when she was so worried. I'm telling you, when she came in, she was talking to her mom and saying she was so worried about that wine bottle that she was going to make a candle, make a candle out of. My heart broke for that little girl. And she is a little girl. Puss in Boots, Facebook chats and CPS calls are very different. I didn't release the chats to anyone. Same as she threatened me with the chats 2 nights. She only threatened after you guys threatened first, though. You got to remember that. You guys were threatening to spill tea on her for months. For months. God. It's just, she defended herself. Every time she'd fire up alive, it was to defend herself from something else and something else and then something else. It was always something. You know, she couldn't win. You guys were relentless. You just wouldn't stop. None of you. And it was always something. Just wait, just wait, just wait. God, I couldn't even go in any of your chats because it was always something. Hi, Twanda. Love you, girl. You hear noise. It's my coffee machine. I'm going to mute for a minute. Someone grab a link, please. What's that? Twanda, Mandy came to me and I stopped the friendship with her, but that isn't the topic. No, the topic is DHS being called and who did it. I know you said you didn't do it, but can you understand why people suspect? Hey there.
Hey.
Okay, go for it. I'm going to mute myself while you're talking.
Oh, no, don't mute yourself.
Oh, okay. I was making a lot of noise because I was making coffee, so.
Oh, that's okay. Okay, this is what I think. I just think for Laura's sake that, I mean, we should talk about it, absolutely, but I don't think any names should be mentioned. Because if we mention names, whether that we think they did or didn't do it, it's all going to go back on her. That's what I think.
Well, I just gave my opinion of who I didn't think it was. I didn't think it was those people. So if that goes back on her, I don't think it's negative. You know what I mean? Like, I would never say who I thought it was because I wouldn't know what I mean. But who I don't think it's somebody obvious. But
I don't either.
And I also said I could be wrong. You understand? Like,
because
nobody knows at this point.
Yeah, I don't think it's anybody obvious either.
It seemed pretty well planned. Like everything that, and we could hear, I don't know if you could, but I could hear everything that she was mentioning was everything that she's been accused of for the last couple months. It was like they had a list and they just went down the list and they just, read it off.
Right. It
And
is. I
even
mean,
some,
it's definitely somebody watching her. I mean, watching her good too, and like taking notes during her lives. I mean, whoever has time to do that is crazy to me. I mean,
oh, absolutely. But the thing was, why I couldn't sleep was how it affected her daughter. Like
right.
her son they seemed to be okay, but Dayton may be a little frazzled by it.
Uh
But
huh.
um, Sage's reaction to it really broke I could not sleep. I really couldn't. It was just like heartbreaking to me. And
Yeah. I
Laura's a
mean,
victim.
worst fear is your mother. Having to leave your mother. That's your worst fear when you're a kid.
Of course, and that's what she said. She says, I'm so scared, like, oh my
Hmm.
God, are you guys fucking happy now? Like you've scared
Right.
a child. And she might be 14 and think she's a teenager, but she's still a child. As far as I'm concerned, she's a child,
Oh
you
yeah, she
know.
still relies on her mama. I mean, that's a terrible. Sorry, my phone was ringing. Sorry. That's a terrible feeling to think that you're going to be ripped away from your family and um, a stranger coming into your house asking you questions about your mom.
Yeah, and I mean, we all know, that she's a good mom, but we know her. We, this social worker is coming and she doesn't know any of this stuff. She just has a list of things that she has to ask her. And it just sucked seeing that. And it sucked hearing her daughter, you know? And I'm just
Right.
sick of it. I'm sick of this nonsense, this nonstop, you know, people saying they're going to expose her. We don't give a shit anymore. It's 9 months later. Nobody gives a shit what you have
Right.
on her. What she did then is not who she is now. She's learned from her mistakes, trust me. She just trusted the wrong people. So that's just my opinion. But I wasn't saying like, I'd say it's my opinion that I don't think it's these people, but it just bothered me. It bothered me so much last night. I just couldn't sleep. Like, to hear it like come about like pretty much live. Like it was kind of
Yeah.
like the makeup mobster thing when she was swatted. It's kind of like this brings back the memories. It's like traumatizing for these people. It's wrong. Wrong.
Yeah. And then to know they're going to go to their school, and even though teachers aren't supposed to say anything, you know what I'm saying? It's still like that question. So then
I
Laura will always be under a microscope, and her kids were always, for a while, be under the microscope. Teachers watching them and seeing if they've been abused. You know what I'm saying? The teachers are going to be more um,
watching
aware.
out more. Yeah.
Right.
Because I think they mentioned something about, did she say something about something that happened at school? Did she sell cigarettes or something to 14-year-old or something? That's ridiculous shit. My
Yeah. And
God.
that Dayton went to the counselor at school. They brought that up.
Oh, right. And she did something because she made fun of it or something. I don't know. I
Yeah.
couldn't hear
Something like
everything.
that. And she never
Yeah,
even said, I mean, it's ridiculous. Yeah.
exactly.
I just,
Sarah says this could give her kids PTSD. This wasn't funny. It was wrong to do because Laura's kids are exactly. Laura's kids are happy, healthy kids. This was a spiteful thing to do. It really was a spiteful thing to do. It was terrible.
right.
And it actually an unforgivable thing to do because this is things affect kids, you know, especially
Oh,
if you're afraid
definitely.
especially if you're afraid you're going to be taken away from your own mother. I mean, come on now. This is just garbage. I
Yep.
I hope I hope whoever did it, I hope if you're listening to this, and they probably aren't, shame on you. Shame on you.
Yeah.
And I hope you are exposed for the low life scumbag that you are. That's
Yeah.
all I have
It's
to
not
say
cool
to
at
that
all.
person. Oh, no. Hell no. It's not cool at all. And to hear it play out like it did,
Hmm.
like, and to hear her, like, she was like, her heart must have been in her throat. Like, could hear her saying, what? What?
I
And
know
my
mine
heart
would
was
have been.
breaking. I know. Because, I mean, then everything, like, you think, well, am I going to lose my kids? I don't know if she was scared, but I mean, I would be. If that was me, I would be like, bricks. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, God.
Definitely.
Serendipity says, I've had CPS take my kid before. Fuck whoever did this, and I hope you choke. Exactly. Everybody
Yeah.
want to come up and give a little message to said person? Instead of a
Yeah. It
Christmas
just isn't,
card,
it
we can
isn't
do
funny. It isn't
messages.
right.
Yeah. No, and that's really unforgivable.
And I mean,
Really unforgivable.
people just always, I mean, they're always going to criticize her, and it stinks because I mean, they went in the refrigerator and all that. I'm sure if Laura needed help, like with food and stuff, she has a mom that would be glad to help her. It's not like, you know, I guess because she's not, I don't know, I don't know how to put it. But you know
Laura
what I'm
is
saying? People are
Laura.
always going to judge her because she's online, but we don't
Laura,
know what she does when she's not online. You
and
know what
she's
I
not
mean?
online. Yeah, and she
And I mean, she
watches.
could be cooking a 4 course meal every night. We don't know what she does at home.
Look at
You know
how
what I
they
mean?
look at how they crucified her for her cute little birthday cake she made for Davy for his
Exactly.
birthday. Oh my God, I
Hmm.
was so heartbroken for her because I mean, how mean can you get? And then they had the troll name Cake Fail. I was like,
Yeah.
how old are you? Like, what the? If the kid liked it, and I went to a birthday party this weekend and we made all homemade cupcakes and homemade icing and all that. The kids ate them up. They loved them. So you know what? You can buy a bought cake for $20 in the store, but the kids will remember the cakes that you've made for them before they'll
Exactly.
remember, a bought cake.
Exactly. And I
And
mean, she was proud of it, and she shows it online to her subscribers, and then some people who are just lurking have to do a screenshot of it. I mean, how immature are you?
yeah, and they make fun of, they don't have enough on her to make fun of her that they have to pick on something that she did for her own child. Like, give me a fucking break. Now this is just the latest low that they've gone. Who
Yeah.
I'm not saying who I think it is or who I think it isn't, but this is just the latest in an all-time low, and it
Yeah.
pisses me off. Pisses me off because we heard it all. We heard
I
those
know
kids,
it.
you
I
know.
can barely hear you on my phone. I don't know what I did.
You can barely hear me.
Yeah.
I can barely hear you. Can you guys hear me or not? Do I have to put earbuds on? Can you
Nanny,
guys
yeah,
hear
Trump
me?
probably did it.
You think I should
I'll
put
put my ear.
earbuds on?
I have my earbuds right here. Maybe that's.
I do too. Can you guys
Let me
hear
see.
me? Press 1.
Can you hear me better?
Yeah, I hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear
Can
you.
you hear
Yeah.
me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you way better. You can hear me. Hi, Easy.
Oh, I can hear you better now. Can you hear me better now?
Oh, okay. Easy says also Laura needs to be careful what she says, she gets too personal. Well, that's because she treats her subs like her friends. So she feels, you know what I mean? Like she gets, I'm not saying personal, I mean, you know what I mean? Her subs are her friends to her. So she doesn't expect, you know, she's not ashamed of anything she does. That's the thing with Laura. Laura is Laura. Laura is what you see is what you get with Laura. And that's what I like about her.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, Laura apologized to Mandolin and Mandolin mocked her. There's just so much.
Yep.
I mean, okay, now everybody's going to be Laura's best friend that were just bashing her. I don't know if I was Laura. I I would want I mean I would coexist with them, but I don't know if I would accept an apology because come on, they've beaten her down for so long.
Right.
Been ridiculous. Like it's gone on for way too long. Okay. I have to read that a little bit. That's my whole thing, easy. Many of the accusations stated by a worker are said in her live. Exactly. They are.
Can you hear
She
me?
needs to. Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear
Okay.
me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, yeah, and I think maybe sometimes she does share a little bit too much, but she doesn't, she doesn't feel like maybe after this she will be more careful.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the only thing she can do, I guess, is, I mean, I'm not saying not talk about her kids at all. Of course, she's going to talk
Oh,
about,
yeah.
their grades and stuff
No,
like
but I
that.
mean things like
But
the Adderall and stuff like that. I
yeah,
mean, we really don't need to know about that stuff. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like anything that can be used against her. I mean, I know she did nothing wrong. It's just that we're not going to use it against her, but people that dislike her will,
right.
and they'll use it. And that's the truth.
Yeah.
But I was just really upset about last night, and I just wanted to get it out of my system because they do it all the time. Look how many panels they have where their whole thing is just bash, 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 bash. Okay, Sarah saying, Hockey Mom, people can still feel bad that this happened, even if they don't like Laura. That's just being a decent human. That's true. I agree with that. We don't have to like everybody. That's true. I'm talking about the ones that have been bashing her for like close to 9 months now and threatening her. I mean, it's kind of hard to, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of hard to accept kind words from someone that was just bashing you like 2 days ago after you apologized to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's just my opinion. I don't know if I was her, I would have been long gone. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't have taken what she took. She's a strong woman, but that's just me. I'm not strong like that. She
Yeah,
is.
I couldn't stand to see people, to hear people talking about me like they talk about her. I couldn't do it either, probably.
Could you remember, do you remember when you were a teenager, um, if you heard someone talk bad about your mother or something like that, how you would feel? Like I would have been devastated.
Yeah.
Easy says, you know what, Hockey Mom, we can still feel bad for Laura, even if we don't agree with her. I have a heart. Yeah, well, we do too. And we've been trying to defend her for months now. What exactly don't you like about her? Is it what everybody said about her? Or is it because you just don't like her? Because she swears, or you just don't like her personality, you just don't like her voice? Crazy Nurse Granny says, I'm going to pin her comment. I threw out names last night of the people who have been threatening Laura, so sorry if I offended anyone. Well, I threw out names that I thought it might not be.
Yeah, but see, that's the problem. The people who are constantly on their panel bashing Laura, they're the ones that people are going to say did it first. That's why people need to stop talking about others on their panel, because then it wouldn't even be an issue. You know, I mean, there's certain people like Gray Hughes, for example. Okay, he never talks about Laura on his panel, so nobody would ever accuse him. Or I don't know who else, but you know what I'm saying. If you get
But
on your
yes,
panel
I
and you're
do.
constantly bashing,
But
then
who
of
would we
course,
blame if one of them, the same thing happened to, say, Amanda Lynn? Who do you think would
right,
get blamed for it? Who do you
right,
think would
Laura
take
would.
it? Of
Yeah,
course you would. Hi, Galway
yeah, and I
girl.
mean, and just like with anybody, you know, and that's why I think if all of this would just stop, then it wouldn't even be an issue. You know what I mean? If every, and I'm talking about Laura too. I'm not saying that she doesn't talk about people, because, you know, she does. And a lot of times it is coming back at what people have said about her. But when something horrible like this happens, which is probably a troll that nobody even knows that did it, then everybody's
See,
going to blame.
I don't agree with that. I think it's somebody that we know. I
And
just
it could
do.
be, and it could be, you know,
And it could
but
not
it's
be,
just,
but you could be right.
it
I don't know.
stinks, you know. But of course,
Oh, the whole
people,
thing stinks.
yeah. I mean, like Lorraine, for example, I've never watched any of her videos, so I don't know. But, you know, supposedly her whole, you know, every video she makes is about Laura. So why wouldn't you think she's the one that did it? Do you know what I mean? I mean, when you're constantly bashing her for no reason and you're going
Well,
back to videos from 3 years ago, I mean, that's kind of odd. That's,
well, the thing with it all is that no matter what happened, like even when this thing happened with Oni, it turned around and got put on to Laura. Every single thing was always put on. It was all, came back to Laura all the time. And it was usually either mods in the chat, or they would make a panel up and have a 4-hour live bashing her. And I was sick of
Stephanie.
it.
Stephanie Kelly, I'm not bringing his name into it. I'm just saying he does his thing. He does his crime thing. He doesn't talk about anybody except for crime people, is what I'm saying. I'm not bringing his name into it. I'm just saying that when he goes live, he does crime and crime only. He don't bring up other creators. He don't bring up anything. He does his crime. So nobody would ever think of him doing anything crazy like this. That's what I'm saying. I'm not bringing his name into the drama, because I know he has nothing to do with it. Trust me, I watch him. But that's
Yeah.
why I brought his name up, just because he's the first person that came into my mind that doesn't get on his panel talking about other people.
And Laura was for a long time. I mean, that's what I really liked about her, was the crime part of it. And because that's what I followed on Facebook, with crime stories. But then it got to the point where every time there was a live, it was her defending herself. And I mean, it just, you get sucked. We all got sucked into it, We all got sucked
Oh
in. We
yeah.
all did. Oh, she said she was just agreeing with you. Sorry,
Oh, I'm
they were
sorry,
in the wrong
Stephanie.
place.
Yes, I'm
Yeah,
sorry. I'm
she was
sorry. I
like,
thought you were saying that I shouldn't bring him up. Okay, I get. I'm sorry.
yeah, like that. I take things can be, and that's the thing on social media, is things can be taken, like, you mean something one way and somebody takes it another way, and that happens all the
Yes.
time on here. And I
Oh,
and
exactly.
I do think we'll type up something I think is funny, and somebody will get offended by it, and even Laura will say something as a joke or off the cuff, and somebody will take it wrong, like, you know oh my God, she said this, but she didn't mean anything by it. We know
Yeah.
Laura and we
Yeah,
love her
exactly.
for who she is. So I just I think we should all pray that everything, works out well for her today. And,
Right. And it hurries up
you
and
know,
gets over
she's
with.
gone
Yeah.
such a raw deal this last couple of months. I just feel bad for her. That's all.
Yeah.
I couldn't sleep. I couldn't. I just thought it was just shitty, crappy, downright dirty thing to do. So,
Yeah. It was.
and so unexpected, just totally unexpected. Wanda says Stephanie Kelly and myself are offering $1,000 reward to find out with proof who did this. Wow, Tawanda,
That's awesome.
that is awesome. I'm impressed. Oh, that's really nice of you. Well, money talks, bullshit walks. I hope
Yeah,
somebody gets found
exactly.
out. I really do hope that whoever did this um gets found out and exposed. And it's probably going to be someone we don't expect. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah.
I agree.
Uh,
I agree. Just like with Oni's situation, nobody would have thought he would call the cops. You know what I'm saying? I never
yeah.
watched Oni, but from what I gather from everybody else, it was like, wow, and
Yeah.
I don't know. To bring the kids into it is just ridiculous. And calling the cops on people, I mean, that could cost somebody their life. I mean, that is, my husband's a
Not
police officer.
well.
And when
I think
he goes to calls that someone has a gun and is threatening another person in that house, they go guns drawn. I mean,
shoot first,
so,
ask questions after.
right. So
And then
oh,
go ahead.
if someone were to answer the door with, say, I don't know, a phone in their hand or a remote control in their hand, even, if that, they could, it could end up very badly. You know what I'm saying? Especially when they're not expecting the cops to show up. It's just sad. And somebody is going to get hurt. Somebody is going to get hurt by the police or by, someone
Or by
else if this
their
doesn't
own
stop.
hand. I mean, can you imagine someone losing their kids and they're in a fragile state? I mean,
Yep.
people have committed suicide for less than that. I
Exactly.
mean, there's just so many far-reaching consequences to actions like this that, um, you know, we really need to stop this going real life bullshit, because somebody is going to, it's going to be a thing where somebody's going to get hurt or worse.
Hmm.
And then
Hmm.
they're going to say, oh, well, I didn't think that would happen. Well,
And
now's
we
the time
don't
to think.
know. And a lot of times, people on YouTube do not have friends on the outside. Okay. They go to YouTube for entertainment and for friendship. And you don't know what mental capacity they're at. They may act fine, but you don't know what will set them off to hurt themselves. And I'm not going to bring any names up, but y'all know what I'm talking about as far as picking and picking and picking and picking. And then we find out, hey, so and so, shot him or herself or hung themselves. And when they go and they look at YouTube and see how much this person was bullied or um, talked about and stuff, I mean, that's going to make their family. I mean, how is their family going to feel about that? You know?
If that was what put them over the edge. Exactly.
Yeah.
And this, I
I
mean,
mean,
not everybody's as strong. Laura's a strong woman, but not everybody is as strong as her. Like I said, I couldn't do it.
I agree. And it's sad because, you have people, this is their life, not their life on YouTube, but you know what I'm saying? That's their outlet and that's their way to communicate with people. People are bedridden, people are whatever their case is, and you never know what they're going through in real life. I mean, their husband could have just left them or their wife, or they could have just lost their job and not make it public
Exactly.
like Brian did on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And then, you take a man's job, he loses his job and don't know how he's going to provide for his family. And then somebody's on here talking smack about him. It could send him
Right.
over the edge for real. I mean, it's scary.
Right. And we need to think, I mean, and me included, I'm talking about myself too. It's just like, if I don't like someone, I can just walk away from that person. I don't have to watch them. I don't have to
Hmm.
respond to every little thing. Um, and you're right. We don't know what's going on in people's minds and you know, what, how our words can affect somebody else. And,
Exactly.
but this whole going real life thing has got to stop. It's just
Yeah.
not healthy for anybody. It's certainly not healthy for those kids.
Yeah.
But we saw it played out in real time, and I don't want to see that again.
Me
Everybody
either.
was disgusted by it. Like, even people that don't like Laura were disgusted. Hi, Jane.
And
Uh,
even if you notice though, there was like 200 of us in there in the beginning, right? And
right.
then boy, when that happened, there was four or
500.
500 people.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
People,
So that is how
people,
fast something spreads on YouTube. That's how
and it's
fast what's going on spreads.
exactly, exactly. And people like that. People like train
Hmm.
wrecks. I mean, we were
Yeah.
all staying there because we wanted to be there to support her,
Right.
but not everybody there, those 500 people weren't all people that were there to support her. You know what I mean? Like, some people just wanted to see her get hurt, you know?
Hmm.
I'm sure of it. Like, I'm sure, like, not that some just wanted to see her. There was a few that, were kind. So, and that's the thing that I liked about the whole thing. Not liked, I didn't like any of it, but that there was people that diehard haters of Laura that even contributed to, her, and we all kind of came together for, you know, a cause, like
Right.
saying that this
Right.
wasn't right. Hi, glitter girl. And it wasn't. And that was the first, and it's so sad it took that to get everybody on. And I hate to say it, but everybody's saying that side, this side. It took that to get everybody on one side.
Right.
And that's what made it sad. Well, mostly everybody I saw in there was being supportive of her. I don't know.
Oh yeah. Everybody in there was. And even last night on Wendy and Diane's live, um, Wendy had said something at the beginning and I kind of took it the wrong way. Um, I had taken it as her kind of blaming Laura in a sense for putting her life out there. Do you know what I'm saying?
I
And
heard
then
that. Wendy said, yeah.
after I thought about it, that's not what she was saying at all. And I did go
I
at
don't
her,
think so.
because, you know, we all, we all take things differently. And, I did take it the wrong way and I did apologize to her because I'm not above apologizing if I'm in the wrong, you know what I mean? But it's just hard sometimes to hear that other people's opinions. And it is true. I mean, maybe she shouldn't put everything out there like she does. But like you said, we're her friends. And she sometimes, I don't think in her head thinks, okay, these are my friends, but there could be 100 people who aren't that are watching. Do you see what I'm saying?
Laura
Or
Laura wears her heart on her sleeve. Laura
right,
talks, and maybe sometimes, we cringe and think, oh, I wouldn't say that. But
right,
Laura Laura doesn't, if she doesn't think there's nothing wrong with it, she'll blurt it out. And that's what I love about her. But that's probably what
Right.
got her where she is, in that position she's in, because people are not as, don't understand that. People
And
are
Sarah, yeah, I
assholes.
know that's what I'm saying. She was saying that. And I understand that now, but at the
Yeah,
time
yeah,
when I
I
heard it,
did.
I was like
Yeah,
in defense mode and didn't
right.
think about what I was saying. But
I
I
understand.
agree.
Yeah,
She
I
wasn't
understand what
being
you mean.
negative towards Laura at all.
No, she wasn't. She was
No.
being very supportive, and I was, yeah, and I was the same way. I was like kind of defensive too,
Yes.
because I think it was in Sharky's live. I said something because they said something about her putting our information, or we can't accuse anybody, and I took it to mean Laura was accusing, but I said Laura didn't accuse anybody. So I was
Right.
defensive there. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
And we do
but
get defensive.
I wasn't. But we're so used to have being defensive where Laura's concerned. Hello,
Mm-hmm.
CCK. But we're so used to it. We're so used to that. If somebody's going to fire up a live about Laura, it's going to be negative. It's never
Right.
anything positive.
And they do the
Hello,
same thing.
Marie Davis.
They'll do the same thing. People defend who they're friends with and who they side with more. And that's just natural. That's human nature. And you're going
Yeah.
to defend the person. And I think a lot of times, though, just like what I was guilty of last night, we should step back and think about different ways you can interpret what the person's saying. And I think that would get rid of a lot of the accusing and all that. Some people do just downright accuse people,
Well,
but then
some
other
people
people who,
some
don't.
things are blatantly disrespectful, but some things are meant, like I said, I'll type up something I'll think is funny, but someone could take it the wrong way. And I didn't mean it that way, but someone takes it, and I don't want to be like that either. And I'm going to try, I can change my own behavior. If I don't
Me too.
like someone, I just don't have to be around that person. You know what I mean? And there's creators I like, and there's creators I kind of like, and I'll watch sometimes, and there's creators I don't want to watch. And my solution will be just stay away. I mean, you don't have to react to every little thing. And I've been doing that.
Right. And
So,
I'm guilty of going to people's lives who I really don't care for, just to see what they're saying about somebody. Do you know what I'm saying? Um,
yeah,
like,
I know
I'm not going to
exactly
mention
what
any
you mean.
names, but it's like, why would, you get on there and you hear what they say about somebody and you
Yeah,
get mad.
yeah,
Well, I shouldn't even be in there.
yeah.
Why am I in there? You know what I mean? But it's a habit you get into, going to other people's streams just to see what they have to say, knowing they're going to piss you off. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's dumb when you
I know.
think about it.
Well, I stopped doing it. And the only streams I was going into was, okay, I started going into Makeup Mobsters because I was watching her whole grief series and Laura's, and the rest with the panels and all that. I would go and try to go into a stream, but as soon as Laura's name came up, that was it. I was out. I
Right.
just didn't want to hear it. And if you don't hear something, and that's what Dova says, that's what I do. I don't get involved with the bullshit. And that's the only way to do it. Like I had a stream yesterday and it was 2 hours and we didn't talk about anything but just nothing. You know what I mean? Like, and it was nice and was pleasant. There was no trolls. There was no, because you could just do that on, because sometimes this, like you said, this can be an outlet for some people where they just hang
Mm-hmm.
out,
Yep.
just hang out,
Because I
until we
know,
wait
when
for,
my husband works nights, and the kid, well, my kids are grown, but when they're in bed or whatever, and there's nothing on TV, well, of course I'm going to get online. You know what I'm saying? And it's
right.
just for company, or just for, to see to laugh or whatever, or learn
Okay,
something new on
Sarah,
YouTube or whatever the case may be.
And Sarah says Laura does always say when she gets a troll, why are you here? This is a business for Laura. So she takes her YouTube more seriously than maybe I would, or Dova would, or Jane would, or Mojo would, because we're not making a business out of our YouTube, right? At least I'm not. Mine is just for
Right.
fun.
Right. Yeah, and I mean Laura does say that, and I think it's because people who dislike her, and then they come in her chat and they say something negative, or whatever. She is like, well, why are you here? If you don't like me, then why are you here? And I'm not saying that a person shouldn't say anything. Now, if you come in, I've seen this personally. If you come in her chat and you ask a serious question, like if you ask her why she did something, she's going to answer you. But if you come in there attacking her, you're going to get blocked. That's just the way it is. You know what I'm saying? But I've seen people come in there and ask her questions, and you could tell they were not really on her side, and she'll answer it. She will answer it. But people come in there
But
attacking her, and
you,
she's going to
you have
delete
to
them.
put yourself in space, in her place, because she's been attacked almost on the daily, maybe 2 or 3 times a day for months now. So she is she is like defensive, maybe more than me, because I could, a troll came in yesterday and said something mean to me, and I'm like, yeah, okay, but I'm not trying to earn a living. She's trying to earn a living. She has to put out so many videos, and she's got to take care. She's a single mother,
Mm-hmm.
as we all
And I
saw.
think a lot of times she gets on YouTube also for an
Hi,
outlet,
Eagle. Right. Well,
talking
sure does.
about whatever, and because she is a single mom, and it's not like she can just, pick up and go out with her girlfriends if she wants to, because she has children at home. And
Right.
it's the way it is. Like Dova said, this is her escape from her chaotic real life. And I mean,
And
that's true for a lot of people.
yeah, and she has a chaotic life. She has 3 kids that she's raising and taking care
Hmm.
of, and so she comes on and but she's also on the defensive, like, every day. I don't know. Nothing has happened so far, I don't think, Eagle. I think it's just on the first stages right now. Dova
I
says
know
it's better
Dover,
to run
right?
YouTube streets than real life streets.
You get in less trouble,
Funny.
that's for sure. I tell you,
Yeah, like you can get
it's
into trouble
crazy.
on YouTube for just commenting or just agreeing with someone. You don't even have to like say anything nasty. You just have to agree with someone that someone Eagle. What's Eagle saying? Hi, Wendy V. Yeah, we're just talking about the events of last night. I don't know if you were there. You were probably there. It was like daytime for you, I believe.
And Sarah, I agree with you. You should always be respectful when you go in other people's chats. I agree.
Yeah, treat it like it's someone's home. You're going in someone's
Right.
home. So if you're going to ask a question, at least be respectful about it. You know, I know she swears like a trooper and she's this and she's that,
Mm,
but you know what? It's her
that's her.
screen.
That's
Right.
right.
Exactly.
That is her. And I mean, and there's other people who, don't curse as much or whatever, but then they might have a quirk that you don't like about them. It's all in
Exactly.
what you like.
Eagle said 4 years ago I had APS called on me and it was my brother-in-law's mother and sister. Oh, wow. It's amazing. Like, you think about all these children that are killed like every year because CPS didn't go there on time. You know what I mean? And
Right.
then like all where was CPS? Where was CPS? Well, they were answering calls probably that didn't need to be answered. So this kid you know, ended up dying because CPS was investigating somebody that was a good parent.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yep. Because there's a lot of kids out there who need to be rescued. And
Oh, well, look at that. What was that family with all those kids? They had like 18 kids and they like showered once a year or whatever. Do you remember that? It's just lately. I think they just got sentenced.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
But the CPS was called on them. And they were all dressed, the kids all in the same outfits and stuff. If these haters have this kind of respect in other chats, then I hate to go in real life homes. Yeah, really. That's not respect.
Good morning, CCK.
What just now? What's Wendy? Okay. Oh my God, Brian just went off on the truth. It was disgusting. Really? He can't
Yes,
stop.
Stephanie Kelly, it's me for
I think
real.
he can't help himself. Seriously. Why'd he go off on her, Wendy? What did she do?
Who did he go off
She
on?
actually even stuck up for him last night. She said she didn't think it was Brian that called CPS. So why is
Who
he
is he
going
going
off
off
on
on?
her?
On Laura?
Wendy Vici just said that he's going off on the truth. See, I don't watch
Oh my
Brian, so
gosh.
I don't see what he does. I don't get notifications for his channel. I don't watch him. That's one person I stay away from because I just think, I can't watch someone I don't respect. You know what I mean?
Right. Oh yeah. 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 He's hard to stomach sometimes, that's for sure.
Like I'm better off staying away from someone like that instead of getting triggered by something he's going to say, because I get triggered by something he says to other women because he's
Right.
rude.
Winston, no.
You know?
My puppy's chewing on my computer cord. Yeah, it's crazy. It's
Oh, did she play a clip of him? I'm gonna have to check that out. I didn't see that.
Yeah, she did yesterday because I guess he had said something about, what did he say? He never talked about Laura's kids or something, but she's always talking about his. And then the truth found a clip where he most certainly was talking about her kids.
Because she tells the truth.
And it's like,
so in other words, he was busted in a lie.
Yeah, and now he's got to come back. But I mean, why would he do that now? She did that like yesterday morning. So it's like, why
he would do
you know what I'm saying? Why bring it up now? Because that's old news, dude. It's old news.
Exactly. Like, he needs to know when to stop too.
Right.
And he doesn't. So he just doesn't stop either. I think
when he says he doesn't go real life, he has gone real life. I mean, there's proof that he's gone real life.
Yeah, he has gone real life. He phoned Justin.
So please don't say you haven't gone real life,
Yeah, right. And don't lie about the truth or to the truth, because she will bust you out every time.
Right. And he should know it if he's known her for 10 years.
Yeah, she hates when she puts facts out on him. So how is he being disgusting? I suppose he's calling her every name in the book. Jeez. What an idiot. Such an asshole.
I know. He is. And see, he's one of the people that I just can't go watch. I just can't.
Yeah, he has his little groupies, so he could stay over in his corner of the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
He absolutely has fun. Well, he went in real life on Tawanda. We know that for a fact. Tawanda, are you at work?
He's never done anything personally to me, but I have gone on his comments before he blocked me, and I would just ask questions. And this was when, the whole thing about him sticking his wife's head in the toilet came out. And
he said he wished someone would beat the living fuck out of her. What a bastard.
See?
Oh, but he's not abusive. Okay. He's not abusive. That's not abuse. Get the fuck out of here, Brian. Tawanda, you
And you
want to
know,
come
it's
up?
sad
Are you at
because
work?
yeah, she says she's at
Okay,
work.
she's at work.
It's just sad
He went
because
real
he
light
knows she
on.
has health problems. And why would you see? And that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I don't know.
But he respects women. He's very
Hmm.
respectful of women. You know, and they stick up for him. That's the thing is, they stick up for him constantly, and it bugs the shit out of me. And then he fires up that and proves what a dipshit he is.
Yeah, that's sad.
You
And I
know,
mean, that's a threat. He wishes
sure
somebody would
it
do
is.
that to her.
Sure it is. Absolutely a threat. He said, "Well, I've never trusted. I know. I always thought he was the type of person that probably beats his wife because that's just how he comes across to me. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's how I feel. Like the way he talks to women, the way he treats women, the way he talks around his little girls and his wife. I mean, how much respect do you have for your wife when you talk to other women? Well, my husband was doing that. You know what I mean? Like doing what he does. I
Well,
came
the
home
thing that,
and
right. The main thing and I've even talked to my husband about this, when he talks, people come up or on his chain, he's like, "Hi, sweetie. Hey, cutie. Hey, this, hey, this." And I'm thinking, that to me, if my husband were to do that, that's disrespectful. Just doing that.
he did
I
that
don't
to
want my
me.
husband calling other people cutie and
How
pure
about,
and
were you in here when he like mooned me for 20 minutes? He was
I'm
bending,
gonna tell
he was
you
pulling down his
that is
pants and bending over.
no, I wasn't, and I wasn't in Laura's live when he mooned her either. Um, but
He does it. I can say for a fact, he did it to me for 20 minutes. Honest to God. And I am not lying. He can deny it because there's no proof of it. I didn't record it. But
see, that right there is disrespect to his wife. Do you see what I'm saying? I mean, to me, I don't want my husband showing his butt to anybody, and surely not on a
exactly. I
public.
mean, he's not very respectful of his own wife. He's sitting there showing another woman his butt. Not that it was anything to write home to mother about because it wasn't, you
Right, but
know.
it's still that's
Oh,
just disrespectful.
Jesus.
I don't know.
He's disgusting. Yes, I said it. I'm sorry. I just certain things he does, like I mean, certain things he does to certain people just and what gets me is these women that cheer him on and think, "Oh, Brian is so hard done by." And everybody picks on poor Brian. I mean, he said horrible things about serendipity. He said horrible things about the truth. He said horrible things about
Nanny,
Laura.
nanny.
He said horrible things about Ninny and Hockey Mom.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Disgusting
horrible.
things.
I mean, when you know somebody has attempted suicide and you say what he said to Ninny, there is no excuse for that. You don't, I mean, I don't know.
Oh, he's
You
taking it
just,
down because he doesn't want someone should have screen recorded it so that he could use it against him.
you
I
just
wish I was
don't
good
say
at that
stuff like
stuff.
that.
Like I did just to throw it back. I would keep it like just to throw it back in his face, but I would bleep out all the
I'm sure
nasty words.
somebody got it taped.
Oh, somebody always does.
Probably Wendy V.
Wendy's good for that. I love that girl.
I know, me too. It doesn't
How
make,
about
I
you?
mean, I,
Hi,
I
Val
mean, I'm sure the
Sobriety
truth was
Baby.
watching.
Hi, the other side. The truth played a clip of him out of context yesterday, and he just saw it, I guess. Of course, that's going to piss him off. Same it does
The
Laura
other
when Lorraine
side,
does it. You know what? But he says disgusting things. You're always making excuses for him. Always. Doesn't matter. Brian did it, so Brian's okay.
but the truth, it wasn't out of context. He had said he never talks about Laura's children. And she found a clip where he was talking about Laura's children, that it wasn't played out of context. And see, and then you bring Laura up. Laura has nothing to do with it. This is between Brian
Exactly.
and the truth.
And if it's his words, how can it be taken out of context? You can take the written word out of context. You can't take it's the
Right, the voice, yeah.
the voice. You can't take that out of context. Quit, defending him, for Christ's sake. Jesus. It's always the same. I don't know, if someone called CPS on me, I would be pissed off. Anybody else want to come up on Panner and talk about this little thing? I just threw the link into the chat. Did you see it, Trisha? Oh, Sarah Kay, I did not mean to do that. I timed you out. Oh my God, I hit something. That was by accident. I'm apologizing to you. Oh my gosh. I did not mean to time you out. What an idiot I am. Are you still there? Is she still here?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm still here. My
Okay.
dogs were barking, so I
Sarah
muted.
Kay, someone tell Sarah Kay I did not mean to time her out. I did it by accident. Seriously. How can you time out a mod? I thought you couldn't do that. Hi, John Levy.
Somebody was at my door, and I looked out my office window. I didn't know who it was, so I
Just
didn't
like
go answer.
Lorraine using Laura's words against her. If you support Lorraine, you can't have any issue with the truth doing the same thing. Exactly. 100% exactly right. Well, then that same argument goes with Lorraine's videos. It's Laura's own words. Yes, I'm not fighting, I'm asking. He's absolutely.
Yeah.
Goes for anybody that's, when you say something, but you have to you put it in the context of the whole sentence and the whole, whatever what they were talking about.
That's why people need to be careful what they say. I mean,
Exactly.
really,
I'm included.
me too.
I include myself in that because I've said things that later said, oops,
Yeah, but and then you just, you apologize or explain why you said it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's,
well, that's what
everybody's going to say stuff.
That's what grown-ups
Oh,
do.
sorry, Jane. Yeah, that's why I muted. I muted because they were going nuts. I have 3 German Shepherds and a Yorkie, and they're all in my office. So when somebody goes to my door, they go nuts.
No, even if you're angry, and that's right. And that's one thing you cannot say the truth has ever done is she's never even wished Brian harm or his family.
And see, Dova, I agree with that. But she said my husband wouldn't be fraternizing with a community of women. See,
exactly.
That's also true. I mean, my husband goes on YouTube, but he watches weightlifting videos and political stuff. And
my husband watches like hunting shows and hunting, like if he
right.
goes on YouTube, it's just for that. But if
he's
he
not
was
going to
like
be in drama
with a bunch of women,
no,
I don't know if I'd like it. Or talking to them the way he's like, hi, sweetie. Hi, sweetheart.
Yeah, I wouldn't want my husband in there. I mean, if he was in an all guys community, that's fine. I wouldn't care, but
yeah. Well,
but to be in a bunch of drama.
There's a few guys that are in the drama, but mostly the guys that are in the drama are respectful. They don't treat women like Brian does.
Yes, Brian, the truth. You're in trouble.
Like
shit. The truth is in trouble.
No, you're not in trouble. Brian's being his usual douchebag self, Like, when you prove him wrong, He has to be a douchebag. That's how it goes. Brian, just always shows his true colors. He's big mad.
He's big mad.
He's big mad. Did you see it?
Oh, that's
Did
funny.
you see it, Trisha? You want up on panel, Truth? You want up on Panner? You want to respond to the douche?
Who says Panner?
I think it's Starlight and all them. I think they say Panner.
Oh, do they? I've heard a lot of people say it, but I never knew who started that.
I think. Did Truth say if she wanted to come up or not?
John, it's not that he's a member of the community.
I didn't see the video. What was that? Sorry, I interrupted.
Yeah, John, it's not the point of you being a member of the community. It's how he talks to people in the community. It's not, if your girlfriend, doesn't mind it, then that's y'all's business. I'm just saying that I don't know how I would take it if my husband was in a drama community with a bunch of women. I mean, I just don't. And you're not, calling people, see you next Tuesday and all that. Hold on. Okay, sorry, my dog was barking again. It's just, I mean, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I was talking and my mic was muted the whole time.
Oh, I was like, yeah, I had to mute mine for a second too.
No. I had to.
I talked to Laura this morning. I messaged her. Yeah, we didn't talk about last night, but yeah, she's fine. I mean, she sounded fine.
She's strong. I'm telling you, that woman is strong.
Yeah.
She's like one strong lady.
I guess she wasn't feeling too good last night and she went to bed early. That's why. She didn't get back on her.
I think on his channel, The Truth, but someone said he deleted it. It might be
Skittlepox, maybe.
Got to be careful with him because if you post his stuff, he strikes you. You don't mind doing it to other people, but is it Skittlepox where he snuck in here on Skittlepox the other day and was all being nicey? It's awful what people are put through on here. Yes, it is. I agree.
Sarah got it. Oh, me, I tell you what.
Yep. Well, that was an interesting live, though. I mean, nobody expected that to happen. It just was like a big shock. I couldn't sleep, though. Okay. What did Sarah say? I didn't see. I'm gonna close
she just said that she got it.
Oh, okay. Well, guys. I got to get some work done around here.
Me too. I got to get to work too.
I'm actually going to cook supper tonight, not be on YouTube all night. But I just wanted to talk a little bit about what was going on and
what are you cooking?
Whatever. I'm cooking a ribs, actually.
Are you
cooking ribs? Yeah.
I don't know what
ribs. I made spaghetti last week, but it lasted 3 days, so I made enough for 3 days. But I haven't had to cook because I hate cooking.
We had leftovers last night.
So I've got
You
to
do?
cook tonight.
Yeah,
and I
well,
don't
that's
know
what we
I'm-
had last night, so I figured I better cook tonight. So anyways,
my
thank
son.
you guys. Thank you for coming up. I
No
appreciate it.
problem.
Somebody
Yeah, I
else
gotta
will
get
probably
this-
go.
This
There's probably
puppy
gonna
has
be a
shredded
bunch of
paper
live.
off.
Huh?
There's probably going to be a bunch of lives going on today. About
Oh, I'm
everything
sure.
that went down. I just wanted to go on early. Once I'm on early, then I'm done for the day, so I can watch everybody
Yeah.
else's live. So
Yep.
you
Everybody
guys
be
all-
nice.
Yeah, and that's a lot. This is the last time I'm talking about that BS person and this whole drama until
Right.
and let Laura talk about it. Hopefully they find out that they got a reward out there and find out who the hell this douchebag is. So have a great day, everybody, and I'm going to go get some work done. Bye.
All right. Y'all take care. Bye.
Thanks for coming up, Leo wife.
No problem. Bye.
Okay, bye.